Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. You know, it's one of them situations out there where we're pretty much used to the fact that the mainstream media, the legacy media that we like to call them, lies to us all the time. And ladies and gentlemen, one of those lies that Disney and Corporation and a lot of the rest of the media out there has been trying to push out there is that Agatha All Along was an absolute resounding success, that it did not turn into a ratings disaster, a dumpster fire, and that it did not cost the company hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, as is per usual, at the end of the day, the truth always comes out. And when the Nielsen numbers come out, which the Nielsen numbers, mind you, are tied directly into everyone's Disney Plus account by default. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, when those numbers come out, the proof is absolutely in the pudding. And it's another week of that because the numbers continue to go down for this disastrous dumpster fire that nobody wanted, that nobody asked for, and disappointed even those of us who are fans of all the magic and the mystical kind of stuff inside of the MCU. Yes, even us fans of all of that kind of stuff. This is nothing more than a giant disappointment and continues to get worse and worse as every single week goes on. So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we're going to check out this article from cosmicbook.news, getting all of the juicy details of exactly what is going on with this one and show you how bad these numbers are going and why even WandaVision, the audience for WandaVision, who are their target audience for this show, has also completely and totally abandoned this show as well. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Does this surprise you at all? Are you somebody out there that actually tried to watch Agatha and give it a chance, give it maybe the first couple of episodes a chance, and then they eventually just tuned out like so many other people out there obviously have? Or are you no way in hell from the very beginning and all of this? Let us know what you think about that in the comment section down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. So, from Matt McGloin over at cosmicbook.news, Marvel's Agatha's ratings plummet on Disney Plus. Dun dun dun. Marvel's Agatha ratings plummet with the release of episode 5, according to the Nielsen charts, which Disney uses and is automatically turned on in your Disney Plus account. So yeah, no questioning of these numbers, boys and girls. They're literally tied directly into the Disney system. So yeah, can't argue that these aren't legit, or maybe they're misleading. No. They're straight from the horse's mouth. Well, Disney has been touting Agatha as a rating success. Like I said, we don't like liars, we don't like hypocrites around here, and that's exactly what they're trying to do, and we are trying to bring you the truth. It's quite the opposite, as this series is among the least watched MCU show on Disney Plus's streaming service. Really, the only bonus for Disney is that Agatha is the cheapest MCU show made compared to all the other failures. But what does that mean when no one is watching? That even if you did only spend, I don't know, 50 or 100 million on this one, unlike the 300 and 400 million ones you spent on other shows, it still doesn't matter. If it doesn't bring any new subscribers in, it literally doesn't make you any money. You know, I mean, the ad tier, if there aren't enough people watching on your ad tier, those ad revenue doesn't make up for the amount of money you wasted on the show. So even if it's $50 million or $100 million, it's still a loss for the Walt Disney Company and Disney Marvel as well. It's also learned that Agatha has lost the audience that watched WandaVision, which was an Agatha spinoff. Well, this was Agatha was spun off of. What are the Agatha's ratings? Episode 1 and 2, 426, because of course they love to pad the numbers by combining 2 episodes in one. I mean, literally, wasn't always the thing back in the day. Like if you were to do like a 2-part like opener or something like that for a series, like you still spread it out over 2 weeks because the whole idea was to leave it on a cliffhanger and get the anticipation up for the next week so even more people will come in and watch it. No. Now it's, well, we have to pad the numbers and release both episodes, hoping some people will probably fall asleep and let the autoplay just happen, and they'll end up keeping watching, so it'll give us a bunch of big, great numbers. Well, of course, they can only get away with that for so long. 426, 365, and now 310 million minutes watched. This is pathetic. You notice a trend there? Literally, 426 to 365. Episode 4, we don't know what it was. Why? Because it dropped off the top 10 charts. It was literally beat by Unsolved Mysteries. Ladies and gentlemen, Unsolved Mysteries was more interesting for people than Agatha All Along in week 4. Episode 5, the one that we just got numbers for, 310, ladies and gentlemen. So Unsolved Mysteries beat it with 352. So that means Agatha came in clearly under that number. So we don't know exactly what it was, but we know it was probably higher than 310, but less. It was obviously way less than 352. And based on the trend, it probably was down probably around like 320 or something like that. Either way, that's pathetic. Sure enough, with the releasing of the Nielsen ratings last week for the week episode of 5, Agatha was released. We see the number is now at 310. That number is lower than WandaVision's own week 5 of 589. Over 200 million more minutes watched from WandaVision's episode week 5, which, by the way, I watched that series all the way to the end. I enjoyed WandaVision all the way until they made Wanda the villain in her own show at the end of it. Like, what? No Mephisto? We couldn't pull that one out. No, nobody. Maybe the Darkhold somehow affecting her. No. They literally made the hero into the villain in the show. And actually, Wanda's ratings improved week to week, while we see it's the opposite for Agatha. The week WandaVision's Nielsen ratings were measured was also shorter than Agatha, but who's counting? The Disney-invested Samba TV also continued to refuse to reveal Disney Plus ratings for Marvel and Star Wars TV shows. They have released some stuff, but yeah, a lot of the stuff, when it's really, really bad, they don't release it. They don't show it at all. And guess what? Disney actually owns like 30% stake in Samba, so color us shocked there. And literally, you can watch this right here. Watch WandaVision's ratings go up. Episode 1 and 2, padded once again. 434, 376, 431, 589, 596, 720, 732, 924. Notice a trend? It increased because the hype got bigger and bigger because the show was actually good for the most part and pretty enjoyable. Unlike Agatha, which loses more and more and more every week. And this, even with this show, wasn't gangbusters, didn't do incredible numbers, but it was a success. And it was also the first Marvel series on Disney Plus as well. And this now, a few years later, you now have nothing more than shows that launch at halfway decent numbers and then just continue to go down and down and down because everything inside of Marvel is broken and they've done it to themselves. Miss Marvel also had low ratings, of course, for the episodes not making Nielsen charts, scoring 249, 295, and 357. She-Hulk, that abomination, also performed a lot better than Agatha with scores in the 400s and even a final episode in the 500s. There is no comparison to other MCU shows. Agatha All Along, for all of the lies Disney tries to tout, for all of the lies that the legacy media tries to push on you and tell you that up is down and down is up and black is white and white is black and good is evil and evil is good. At the end of the day, 2 plus 2 still equals 4. God is still on his throne in heaven, and the reality hits Marvel in the face again. No matter how much they try to lie to you, no matter how much they try to gaslight the rest of the world, at the end of the day, the numbers tell the truth. And Marvel's Agatha All Along spinoff of WandaVision is nothing more than a disastrous dumpster fire. And hey, guess what, boys and girls? It's exactly what they deserve.